Attention! Welcome to the Pathfinder Guru podcast and thank you very much for joining us. In today's topic, we are going to talk about life after ambassador. Yes, the life after ambassador. Have you ever wondered to yourself why young people between the ages of 21 to 30 leave the church? Maybe some may be thinking it's because they're preoccupied with school. Some may be wondering why do they leave at a crucial age whereby it is time for them to become leaders. It is time for them to assist the ministry. Today, we're going to get to understand how do we prepare ambassadors for the next stage, the next step in their life. One thing that we notice about ambassadors is that ambassadors are thinkers. Ambassadors are people that you do not have to tell them what to do, but they will tell you what to do. I think the most biggest mistake that we do as leaders is that we think that ambassadors are pathfinders or adventurers. Now, there's a difference between leading junior youth and leading senior youth, because once you are leading junior youth, you are understanding that most decisions you take for themselves, most decisions you try to assist them there and there. There is a slight difference. Compare when you are leading senior youth. Now, senior youth are thinkers. Senior youth are looking at you. Once they see you somewhere and you are not representing the church properly, they lose it because they see that there's no point. The leader is trying to tell us that we should do this, but he or she is doing the opposite. So we get to understand that once we get to senior youth, it's more of them viewing and seeing us for who we are as leaders and not guessing us or thinking that, maybe the leader is like this or maybe the leader is like that. But that's where they see us. That's where they know us, that I saw you last week. I saw you during the week, what you were doing. Then you come to the church and you claim to preach the word of God. So once we are leading senior youth leaders or senior youth, that's nice. Senior youth, we need to be careful of things that we do and how we are leading, because there's a big difference between leading the junior side and the senior side. Now, ambassadors, when they are done with their 7 pillars, they have reached the age of 21, they can move to young adult. Now, once you get to young adult, there are certain things that you need to take note. Now, in young adult, this ministry's purpose is for young people to serve the church, to serve their fellow men, and also the big one is to serve their youth. That's where we understand that now they are at the age of young adult. That's where now it is their time to serve. We also notice that there is no curriculum like in the adventurer, pathfinder, and ambassador. The rubber has to hit the road, because when the rubber does not hit the road, it means that our young people will always remain in progressive classes, always remain in programs. But now it is time for them to take crucial positions in the church. It is time for them to become leaders, because they have reached the ages whereby they are mature enough to lead. Now, I'm not saying that if you are in the pathfinder ages, you cannot lead in the church. But what we try to understand about the young adult ministry is that that's where the rubber needs to hit the road, because you cannot be in a program forever, which is the curriculum program. Because if you have started the ministry from adventurer, pathfinder, and ambassador, you are well equipped with everything to start being a leader, being baptized, and being fully committed to the ministry and the mission of God. So it is upon us as leaders to try and help them through this transition so that they can become leaders. They can become people who are active in the church, whether it's taking up programs, whether it's investing them back in the young adult or junior youth ministry, where they become teachers, they become directors, they become counselors. That's where the reinvesting happens, because now they are working to serve their youth, serve their church, and serve their fellow men. Maybe the child or the ambassador from a Pathfinder, he did not want to do what we call the Master Guide or Senior Youth Program, and he jumped straight to ambassador, which is a good thing. Now, after the ages of 16 to 21, they are now ready to have a second option, which is to either do Master Guide or to do Senior Youth Leader. So it is now a reinvestment back to the young people, back to the church, back to their fellow men. So they are able to be an investment to the church. So let us ensure that our children, once they reach the ages of 21 to 30, that's where we need to work on them. That's where we need to motivate them to come back to the church, to invest all they have learned, their efforts, the programs that they have been placed in, to invest in the church, to work for the church, to work for the Lord. Let's not leave them disappearing or falling along the way because they have no option. There is an option. That's where they need to become leaders. That's where now they are the future church. Because once you say you are the future church, but the future starts today. So let us take note of that so that we may assist one another, so that we may be leaders that have people who are ready to serve just like us, so that when all is said and done, all honor and glory may go to Him who is able from keeping us from falling. May the good Lord be with us, bless us and guide us. But for now, you are dismissed.